We extended this white bars to 6, right? 6 is the number. It's actually a vowel, which means to join. So they took the 6, right? They took the 6 or the number 6, right? And they made you numb of what it really was, and they said it was sex. They used the vowels and the consonant, and they started changing what they would call the meaning. Now we're going to get about the meaning. So get this. Just look at that word meaning, because that has a broad range of what it's about. But what was the topic that we was? Oh, the topic is about sex. Sometimes I get before myself. But anyway, the topic is about sex, and people think that sex is when you just go into the root chakra, which they call the pus, see the pus, or the pus see, or see the pus, right? Or what they call the vagina, right? But it's see the pus, right? And the reason why it was see the pus, because the whole English language, like a lot of times, they really wasn't, they didn't have the upkeep of the equipment, you know what I mean? And it wasn't too good. So, we slick in our old age, even though they say we were slaves, we did still communicate, and we were very slick about it. So they was like, that's the pus. And you see the pus, and don't mess with the pus. See? Okay. And so anyway, down the line, so you think sex coming together. When two people come together, right, and you have what they call sex, right, coming together, sex is the Y, which means joining, two people join together, right, and the male and the female, and he actually give vitamins. That sperm is vitamins, right? So, okay, pharmaceutical company. First of all, okay, now sex should be done at a proper time. You shouldn't come together at an early age because you're still learning. It's a learning process to life. And what we're learning now, we're learning to overcome the obstacles that's before us. The founding fathers left a lot of traps that we must get to go. Now, as far as populating and rebirth and duplicating and stuff like that, we're going to explain that later. So I'm not telling y'all to go out there and just do what you do, and it's like we so far behind. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. We're so behind. It's like when a baby is born, they need the mammary gland, which gives them their nourishment to build, and they give them the antioxidants so it could protect them in fighting germs that's in the air. We're constantly fighting, germs, from the skin to the inside to the eyes, everything, the mouth, anything we put in, it has to be, zoned out and utilized properly, right? But it's taken so many years for women to say, well, I'm going to breastfeed my child. I'm going to give me that I just duplicated if it's a woman and just gave birth to if it's a man, which is two different species coming out. But anyway, it taken so long for he say, well, mommy, where's my milk, right? And she said, well, I'm too busy right now, honey. I'm going to give you some Infamil or, these canned stuff that they got now. You can give me a hint. Sometimes I talk to myself. But you can give me a hint. Yes, you. Infamil, Soylac, Similac, Soylac, right. I'm actually 2-in-1 digital compressed, what I'm saying? And so I have to talk to myself, hit myself in the head, to get the thing. But anyway, I'm trying to make this, not humorous, but honorable. Mothers need to breastfeed because it's good for the child. And as far as women, it's a problem because you're really not getting your worth. Just as you breastfeed them, they are the seed carriers for you. Guess what? Yeah, got it. I'm not going to say it because if you can't figure it out, you don't need to know. But if you know, and you know, then you got it. But on the onset of the other feeding, where it's everything's in a cycle. It rains, right? The rain come down, right? And the rain go back up, it come back down. You know what I'm saying? So you from the baby milk, you give it to the baby, and as that child grow, boom, you get married. Guess what? Guess who's time? Feeding time. Okay, cool. We're gonna leave that. But the whole thing about the feeding and going inside you, right, and nourishing you, right? The word "nour" is like, you see, norming is the same word "nor" for Norman, nourishing you. Now, what I'm doing now, I'm feeding you mentally. This mental will activate what has been crystallized in your brain, so your brain can start to work. See, now, people think a lot of thoughts is in the brain. Actually, it's not. Your thoughts is in another place where you're bringing out escalating waves for your brain. The brain. The antenna in your hair is an antenna that send waves out. And that's why in certain places they put you in a box. They call it church, right? And you think that the waves is going out, but it's not. It's like you're in a dead zone. When you walk into the church and they got all this stuff out and all these other things, you're actually walking in a box. So your prayers is going north. Not to say that the Most High, which is called Yahuwah, because when you say God, now you're taking to the Greek terminology of God. And we need to go to the Hebrew, as what they say, Hebrew. You know, and that will get you closer to where you need to go, because the translation from God, like I was saying, with Guma, Uz, and the Ball, of wisdom, strength, and beauty, was to say things, to be strong and hold you captive, and to give you illumination or illusion that you're doing something when actually you're not. And these were the Greeks. And they was actually gentlemen who took that other part of the nutrients and spread it about themselves. Man was a seed carrier, and they didn't give it back to the ladies. So the ladies said, well, you know, we're going to find another way, and they started working off the estrogen, because in reality, y'all, women used to produce yourselves without the man. But that's a whole other story. Don't tell nobody I told you that, right? That's why you see a lot of this, you know, oh, she looked good, but, you know, it's okay to befriend women, but it's a difference when you're taking it out of context where you're no longer been able to take and improve society. You know, different society have different laws. If you don't like the laws, you change the laws with legislation, through lobbying, through gathering of the people, through petitions and things of that nature. But anyway, I just want to get something to you. I got that point to you. Now, what I'm doing now is coming through your ears and your eyes, your senses. You can barely see me because I have the white bars, but you can hear me. And what that does, it goes in you, just like a boom bar goes up in you from your root chakra. This is going into your ears. You see? So the thing and the stigma of sex and the way they use it for money and control is really a natural thing. You know, it's just a way that we do. It says, rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Replenish the earth. You know, and these statements, right, and Jesus actually was saying, where are the babies? Where are the children? You know, with the new birth. And actually, I didn't want to say this today, but I'm going to say it today because you know what? You're wonderful people. And the cross that we bear is actually in the Ankh, what they call everlasting key to life, life before and life after. It's actually the fallopian tubes, you see, in the inside of how women look. And that's what the cross and bearing the cross, it was for the mothers, the honorable mothers, who has continued to give their life for birth. And we do commend you, and we will give you your power and authority. When you have a child, you also must learn to have the duty and the responsibility to that child. And then and the surrounding, which is the earth. So we're going to leave you with that and let you know that sex is just not the lust of the eye. Sex is the joining, and you can join. We're actually having sex now, but you through the words, you know, and the word became flesh and dwelt among us, all that good stuff. But anyway, I'm gotta go. This is the sex part of white bars, and I'm trying to be a little bit humorous to honor y'all